Welcome you all to this second lecture related to the 12th week while uh, discussing several aspects of history of Arabic literature in postmodern perspectives. In the postmodern perspectives of related to literary discourse, a study of language and literature, and having the critical discourse of criticism, we'll be having one thing that is again something very new, something new. That is the concept of ma ba'd al-haqiqa, the post-truth concept. Post-truth. What is post-truth? What is truth? What is post-truth? What is truth? What is non-truth? And what is post-truth? These are some of the theoretical issues which won't be entering into much or greater details. Rather, we'll be pointing out to one thing, just in relation to this image. The reality is this, al-haqiqa, which is left behind. This fellow and this fellow, that fellow, they simply cross, leave behind, leave the haqiqa behind them. It is written over here that this is reality. And this fellow sees it and informs his friend, his fellow, that this is the reality. Means we have to go over there, this direction. But he says that تجاهل ذلك الإنترنت تخبرني أن الحقيقة هي مؤامرة تريد أن تأخذنا بالاتجاه الخاطئ. He said that no, this is wrong. This is actually a play, a camouflage by internet, because the internet wants that haqiqa, what is known as reality, it's something, a conspiracy, and that only with the aim to take us backwards or in wrong directions. So if it is written that this is the reality, it simply means that this is in order to misguide you, to mislead you. Why? Because the fellow looks at the internet, looks at his the mobile phone. That would be telling him that no, nothing's like reality. It's simply a conspiracy. So this sums up the irony, the issue and irony of post-truth and post-truth perspectives. Post-truth perspectives were a byproduct of this trajectory coming out of modernism, postmodernism, and post-postmodernism. It was the womb of post-postmodernism that gave birth to the post-truth, especially the Stautonama is one example. Now, in the post-truth perspective, they focus on the reality or address of reality in a map of meaning. So meanings also do have their maps in our mind, just like we have the political map, the geographical map, map of the resources, map of this entire universe, etc. So we also have the map of the meanings. When we say map of the meanings, means there are hundreds of thousands of units scattered in a wide plane, geographic plane, and this wide geographic plane is representative of human mind, human life, human perspectives. So there's nothing like oneness of meaning. or the unitary perspective in meaning. There's a diversity. It's a map. You can go this way, you can go that way, you can prefer this, you can prefer that, just as you prefer, just as you read the map in order to know different ways, various ways to arrive at a specific place. So in this sequence, you'll be finding that the map would be guiding you. When you are lost, suppose you are lost, it will be the map that will be guiding you. The compass, just as the compass guided the ships or the boats in the Middle Ages, or even the present navigation system. It's based on the very concept of map and calculations and guidance, etc. So we'll be having maps of meanings. Now, in order to have a glimpse of these maps of meanings, we have to know the meanings of existence and what is beyond existence. So what we know as existent, it is a combination of being and non-being, as we can recollect the things we have seen in perspectives of, say, existentialism. There's being and there's non-being. It is out of the being and non-being that we have al-ma'na, or the content. But since the existence is a qissa, is an episode, is a story of a combination of a mix of being and non-being, of complexity. Likewise, what we call meaning is a combination of meaning and ma wara'ul ma'na, meta meaning, beyond meaning. So meaning and beyond meaning. This meaning and beyond meaning, alongside al-wujud and ma wara'ul wujud, it is actually captured. It is subject of the cognition, the mode of cognition, the cognition mode, that is al-idrak. And idrak has different parameters, different modes. They are known as aliyatul idrak. What they are? We perceive different things on the basis of the five senses. So here we have these physical parameters, the five senses. They are the receptors. They perceive the things. They come into contact with the reality. And in this sequence, we do have the meanings in our mind. Now, when there are these aliyatul idrak, chiefly the hawasi khams zahiri as well as hawasi khams batini, the five senses, apparent as well as another five senses, the hidden five senses, which would be summed up in two categories. Just to sum them up in two categories. The first is that of the rational aspect, and another is the intuitive aspect. So rationalization and rationalized aspect, the reason aspect, and the intuition aspect, or the mind aspect, or the heart aspect, mind and heart. Ration and intuition, or call them mind and heart, al-aql wal-qalb. This actually leads to the third stage, that is azmatul idrak. Azma, a crisis, means we actually we see oscillations in the tools we have, in the faculties we have, in the domain of perception. So we have mind, we have heart, and there are oscillations. And because of the oscillations, we'll be having crisis. And when we'll be having turbulences, crisis, disturbances, imbalance, intrigues, it would be leading to the intrigues in ahkamul idrak. Means there will be diversity, differences. I'll be calling it A, but you'll be calling it B. Why? Because you perceive it through your heart, and I perceive it through my mind, for example. So This is the actual trouble that we face, in backdrop of which we have this concept of post-truth. It means the multiplicity of meaning and existence in relation to language, idrak and ta'bir. Then, of course, haqiqa and majaz. Haqiqa and majaz. We have the reality and you have the non-reality. You have the figurative. You have the real and we have the figurative. Al-haqiqa and majaz. The real and imaginary. Real and the image that we have. The imaginations. And this duo of reality and non-reality is best reflected in poetry, because poetry is a mix of reality and non-reality, reality and image, alongside the ulum al-balagha, religion, philosophy, and concepts of like the meta language and metaphysics of meanings. So in this sequence, we'll be having that this postmodern perspective. In postmodern perspective, the post-truth emerges. In the post-truth scenario, Bruno Latour, 1947 to 2022, several books like We Have Never Been Modern, an analysis of the text of resurrection, exegesis and ontology, Hannah Arendt, Between Past and Future, Men in Dark Times, Crisis of Republic, etc. Edward Sagan, Alternative Facts. The very concept of alternative facts, the alternative meanings, these are the primary works that have stood at the theoretical basis upon which the concept of post-truth have been constructed, has been built. It can be related to the past, some of the past philosophers like the positivism of Auguste Comte and the works of Émile Zola, etc. Anekantvad of Indian philosophy can also be related to this. Durkheim's philosophy. And the translation of some of the post-truth works in Arabic, as we have this. In Arabic, we'll be having examples of Ali Harba, this work in Arabic. لحسن حداد معبد الحقيقة معبد الحقيقة بهزوس Habermas مدخل جديد لقراءة Habermas being translated into Arabic, Foucault's work being translated into Arabic, حفريات المعرفة, among many other books we'll be having. So here what we can say is that even when it comes to the post-truth perspectives, the post-truth paradigm, the post-truth discourse in language and literature, the Arab scenario is rich in this perspective too. It simply means that the Arab writers, thinkers, poets, critics, they have never been aloof of the contemporary thought, postmodern thoughts, rather postmodern perspectives, their ways to interpret the reality, the even in this domain of the multiplicity of realities that is reflected by the post-truth pedagogy. So this again has been found to construct and edifies, to reckon with in the domain of language and literature, Arabic language and literature. With this, we conclude this lecture. Thank you very much.